Pizza is one of the most popular foods in the world. You can find it in almost every country. But pizza was not always the food we know today. Its story began thousands of years ago, and surprisingly, the first pizza was nothing like the pizza we eat today. So how did a simple piece of bread become a global favorite? Long before pizza existed, people were making flatbreads. Ancient civilizations baked simple bread over hot stones or in primitive ovens. These flatbreads were easy to make. They were also cheap and filling. People could add herbs, oil, vegetables, or other ingredients on top. This basic idea would eventually become part of the story of pizza. One important part of the story takes us to the Mediterranean. People in ancient Greece and other regions ate flatbreads with different toppings. The Romans also had their own versions of baked breads. But these foods were not yet modern pizza. They were simply early examples of combining bread with toppings. The real transformation would happen much later. And it would happen in Italy. By the 18th century, Naples had become an important city in the history of pizza. Naples was crowded. Many working-class people lived there. They needed food that was cheap, quick, and easy to eat. Simple flatbreads became popular among ordinary people. They could be topped with basic ingredients: bread, oil, herbs, cheese, and eventually tomatoes. And then came one of the most important ingredients in pizza history: the tomato. Today, it seems impossible to imagine pizza without tomatoes. But tomatoes were not originally from Europe. They came from the Americas. After arriving in Europe, tomatoes were slowly accepted as food. At first, many Europeans were suspicious of them. But eventually, tomatoes became an important part of Italian cooking. In Naples, tomatoes found their perfect partner: flatbread. Poor workers could afford simple bread with tomato and other inexpensive ingredients. It was delicious, it was practical, and it was cheap. This combination slowly became strongly associated with Naples. Pizza was becoming a food of the people. But soon, a famous story would connect pizza with royalty. One of the most famous pizza stories involves Queen Margherita of Italy. According to the popular story, she visited Naples in the 19th century. A pizza maker prepared a pizza using 3 colors: red tomatoes, white mozzarella, and green basil. The colors represented the Italian flag. The pizza became associated with the Queen, and it became known as Pizza Margherita. Whether every detail of this story is completely accurate or not, the Margherita became one of the most famous pizzas in the world. But pizza was still mainly an Italian food. Then something changed. Millions of Italians began moving to other countries. Many traveled to the United States, and they brought their food with them. Italian immigrants opened bakeries and restaurants. Pizza slowly became more popular in American cities. At first, it was strongly connected to Italian communities, but eventually, more people discovered it. After World War II, pizza became even more popular in the United States. Restaurants began experimenting with new toppings. Different regions created their own styles. American pizza became different from traditional Italian pizza. Some pizzas became larger. Some had thicker crusts. Others were filled with meat, vegetables, or extra cheese. Pizza was no longer limited to one traditional recipe. It became a food that could change according to local tastes. And this helped pizza spread around the world. Today, pizza exists in countless forms. You can find thin crust pizza, deep dish pizza, stuffed crust pizza, Neapolitan pizza, and thousands of different topping combinations. Some people prefer simple pizza, Others want as many toppings as possible, but the basic idea remains the same: bread, sauce, toppings, and heat. From simple flatbreads to a global food, pizza has traveled an incredible journey. It crossed borders, it crossed oceans, and it became part of different cultures around the world. Pizza started as simple food for ordinary people. Today, it is eaten by millions of people every day. And perhaps that is what makes its history so interesting. A simple idea became a worldwide tradition. And the next time you eat a slice of pizza, remember that you're tasting a small piece of a story that began thousands of years ago. Pizza is more than just a recipe. It tells a story about migration, cities, and culture. When Italian immigrants traveled across the world, they carried their food with them. Their recipes changed as they met new ingredients and new tastes. In America, pizza became part of everyday life. It appeared in restaurants, schools, parties, and family dinners. Then, technology changed everything again. Frozen pizza appeared, pizza delivery became popular, and later, people could order pizza with just a few taps on a phone. Pizza had gone from a simple meal in Naples to a global industry. But its basic idea never disappeared: a simple piece of dough, a few ingredients, and a hot oven. That simplicity is part of the reason pizza survived and spread so successfully. Today, every country has its own relationship with pizza. Some add local spices, others use different cheeses or meats. Some create completely new styles. Yet when people around the world hear the word pizza, they immediately understand what it means. From ancient flatbreads to modern delivery boxes, pizza has traveled through thousands of years of human history. And its journey is still continuing. Because pizza is not just Italian anymore, it has become global. And that may be the most surprising part of its history.